Robo-Airsofters, it's Robo, and we're back with another Robo-Reviews, and on this week, we're taking a look at these badass urban boots, the original SWAT H.A.W.K 9-inch zip-up boot. Check it out. So here she is, the original SWAT H.A.W.K side zip boot. Now the H.A.W.K stands for High Agility Weight Kinetics, and this boot was designed to use the natural bodily motions of the human while running to enhance the speed, agility, and safety in which that human does that motion. So what's that mean to you and me? Well, it means that this boot really is kind of more like a really high top sneaker. Now let's just quickly go over some of the outer features, how it's made, how it's built, that sort of thing, so we can cover that, so we can jump to the things that actually make this boot special in my mind. Now the boot itself, it's a 9-inch boot. Yes, it's side zip. We'll get there in a moment. It's constructed out of nylon and leather for the outers there. Now for the outside edge, toe cap, and heel cap, it's made with a Tech Tough material, which looks like a woven or reinforced leather. So on those high wear areas, I haven't yet to really cause some abrasion damage there to know if that works well or not. I imagine it does. Anything with a little bit extra protection there generally will be sufficient. Now I'm more used to rubber toe caps and such, as I'm more a Salomon boot kind of guy, but that's just the preference of Salomon using rubber, and in this case original SWAT using the Tech Tough material to keep the weight in this boot down. Laces are a simple paracord construction with some leather reinforcements of the eyelets down through the boot into the foot area. The eyelets are made of a non-slip polymer. That way they don't get scratched up and shiny, and they don't make a lot of noise when you're actually tightening the boot themselves. The inside is a moisture wicking Aegis material, is what original SWAT calls it. Basically it's just a moisture wicking and odor resistant material to help the boot dry under high stress or high heat environments. Now the side zip works as well as advertised. This little hook and loop enclosure keeps the pull tab from bouncing around when you've got it secured. And all you need to do is open the zipper enclosure, and the theory is you can slide your foot in and out even when your boots are done up. Now a note about side zip. Some people don't like it because they see it as another part to a piece of equipment that can fail when you don't want it to fail. Now original SWAT does stand behind the durability of this YKK zipper enclosure, and they even offer the advice of not tightening this third eyelet area too tight if you want to utilize the zipper enclosure. Basically, if you tie it too tight, it puts too much pressure when you're putting your foot in and out, and that may lead to a failure down the line. Other than that, they say it should last the life of the boot itself. So what makes the H.A.W.K boot special other than it probably being the lightest full-size or 9-inch tactical boot I have ever owned or worn? Well, what makes it special is in all of the design of the sole and bottom of the boot itself. As I had said earlier, you need to kind of treat this boot as a really high top sneaker. It was designed for high movement scenarios in an urban or flat graded terrain. So take note of that. These aren't the greatest boot if you're talking about running around forested or rocky areas. You'd be better off looking at, say, like a hiking boot option in those scenarios, or at least a more robust sole in terms of a combat boot in that situation. But if you're a CQB player or you need an urban footwear option, I'm about to show you why this boot is going to change your world in terms of how you move on a concrete or urban surfaced area. So while there's some inside things going on that make this boot special or play into the sole, like the EVA cushioning here and the cushioned insole, I'm going to spend a lot of time focusing on the bottom of the sole itself, the outsole, and what makes it special. Now, some of you are looking at this and going, wow, that's a really flat boot, and you'd be absolutely correct. This thing literally has almost a flat bottom with some of the most complicatedly designed tread patterns in specific areas that I've ever seen. Now, the really special thing about this sole is that if you look at the shape, it's molded in such a way to help guide your foot through the placement process. And that starts even here at the back with the heel. You'll notice that the heel takes a sharp upturn and actually sticks out a bit at the back there. What that actually does is it helps protect and guide your heel properly through the heel strike motion of, say, a heel-toe walk or even a run. Now, you're actually not supposed to heel strike when you run. It's really bad for your feet and bad for your knees. So it's good to see that Original SWAT has thought of a way of defeating the negatives of a heel strike when maybe you want to do it like in a heel-toe walk, or when you don't want to do it in a run motion. Now, the whole sole going forward is arched forward to help the foot roll through the foot placement as you bring your foot through the walk motion or a run motion. Now, the different designs of tread in different areas of the foot are there and designed to grip and use the weight distribution of the foot as it rolls through its natural gait. So how does that tread translate into use of the boots in an urban area? Well, to test that, I actually ran them over the course of 3 long distance runs of about 5 or 6 kilometers each. In total, in the end, I'd run about 18 kilometers or about 10 or 11 miles over the course of 3 runs with literally no foot problems. Now, in those runs, I could really feel how much these boots put your weight distribution forward to help you transition through the ball of your foot while running, or again during a heel-toe weight distribution walk. And as I said, over the course of those 18 kilometers, other than a little bit of a hot spot after the first run, there was literally no problems with my foot, and the boots themselves held up beautifully. Now, to help with that hot spot, Arwen of Original SWAT and Sarah of Original SWAT Canada reached out to me and sent me some Original SWAT tactical performance socks, which are basically padded performance socks that are moisture wicking. And wearing these, had all the padding in all the right areas and almost literally immediately eliminated that hot spot problem. So thank you so much, guys, for hooking me up with those. For all of you interested in purchasing these, I'll put a link to these in the description below. So in addition to these being great over long distance runs, again, I want to reiterate that this sole itself increases the ability of a person to run as fast as they can, move as quickly as they can on an urban or hard surface, basically by design. I can't stress this enough that it's almost as if you're wearing really high top sneakers when you're wearing these. So again, if you're looking for a great CQB option in terms of a boot that gives you ankle support, the Original SWAT H.A.W.K 9-inch side zip boots are gonna be your baby on that one. To that point, if you're looking for something for more forested or uneven terrain, these aren't gonna be your baby. Another small downside to these boots is that the weight trade-off comes with a comfort trade-off, and that is these are a minimalist boot. So don't expect much more padding on the inside and support other than the support that having a higher heel height in the 9-inch gives you. But other than that, for an urban boot, the H.A.W.K boot is where it's at. Check it out in the link below. I'll have a link to the SWAT website for you. I hope you enjoyed this week's review of the Original SWAT H.A.W.K boot. As I said, it's a phenomenal choice of boot if you want to use it for CQB or urban settings, as long as you don't mind that it doesn't come with some of the creature comforts such as extra padding. It more than makes up for that lack of padding in terms of its weight reduction and just how useful it is in quick movements in an urban setting or on flat surfaces. So check out the Original SWAT H.A.W.K boot. I'll include the link down in the description below for you. Now, I do still have a few more reviews coming down the pipes for you as well. That being my Harry Hard Soft Shell Jacket by Platatac, my XA Pro 3D Forces 2 boots by Salomon, as well as my Black Watch optic shields, my WML Inforce weapon light, as well as my Blue Force Gear Larry Vickers combat application sling. So be on the lookout for those. They'll be dropping soon too, I'm sure. In terms of gameplay, we're almost at the end of our Copperhead footage. I maybe have one more video for you on that front, and then it's going to be all about my broken home footage. So be sure to be on the lookout for all of that. I've got a ton more gameplay coming for you in the near future. Now, as always, guys, thank you so much for taking the time to stop by my channel and check out my videos. If you could do me a huge solid, that is like, subscribe, and share with all your friends. Keeps me happy in this YouTube game. And if you liked this review or didn't like this review, be sure to let me know in the comments below. I love the conversation. And until next time, keep having fun playing airsoft, being good community members, and defend what you love. Later, guys.